More lawsuits are coming out against Diddy. It's been absolutely insane. But what's really interesting is Ray J back in here, and now he's saying certain things that he didn't say before. This is interesting.
Pascal, you are now rocking with that dude Pascal.
What's up, y'all? Ray J back at it again, guys. He back at it. He's in these interviews. He's all up in the videos, and he's speaking on behalf of God knows who. This is the thing. I'm still trying to figure out who is he speaking on behalf of. Is he speaking for himself only, and he's just out here to just try to protect his boohootie, or is he really speaking on behalf of the industry or the victims? It's very interesting. There's something that happens a little bit later on in this video, this interview that he has with Cuomo on News Nation, that is absolutely, it's just very interesting because it sounds like something that I feel like he's been holding back. I think that's what it is. And slowly but surely, things are starting to leak out of his mouth. Information, that's what I mean. That sounded weird to saying that way, but you know what I mean. Information that's starting to come out because he's finally, I don't know, maybe come to grips with the fact that the industry is tainted, that it's dirty, that it's corrupt, or maybe he's just finally saying, forget it. I'm finally just going to say what I need to say. But then he retracts. You're going to see here in a second. It's very interesting. Now with Cuomo, he's talking about these new recent allegations, these lawsuits that just dropped. Remember, just earlier this week, 7 individuals dropped lawsuits. I think 2 of them got dismissed for various reasons. So it looks like 5 lawsuits are still hanging on Diddy's head, or actually an added 5 more. Let's not forget the 13 and then the other 6 that dropped last week. So it's been a very interesting and very rocky road for Diddy in all these lawsuits. But majority of these lawsuits have been men as of late with this last tidal wave, last bundle of lawsuits. And Cuomo brings this up and brings Ray J on to talk about this. And we just have to see this for ourselves. It's very interesting. How he responds is interesting. Let's take a look.
He's right to say women and men. The Washington Post just ran a headline which read, growing number of men accuse Sean Diddy Combs of 8 of the recent 13 suits against Combs have come from young men. Some claim they were even minors at the time. One of these alleged victims claims Diddy and several high-profile celebrities forcibly raped him at a freak-off party. These lawsuits have led to a broader conversation about the music industry, really twofold. One is there an almost like power and control through sex dynamic in hip-hop? And does it involve people not just as victims, but those at the top and those who had to go through it to get to the top?
Let me just say this before we continue, and you know I got to do this for fair use and all that crap, but here it is. Clearly, what he's trying to find out is if there's a dark underbelly of Hollywood, if there is a rite of passage, a disturbing, disgusting, deceitful rite of passage that one has to take before they get into that level of stardom, before they become that household name. That's what he's basically trying to say here. And that maybe this ritualistic type of act every single person has to go through. And who are the people in that upper level that are in control of the situation? That's a question I'd like to know too. Who is actually the puppet player? Who is the marionette player that's pulling the strings and making everyone move around? That's the one thing I think we all want to know. But he's talking to Ray J. Ray J he kind of all over the place, baby.
Ray J knows not just Diddy, but the business and the culture. He joins us now. It's good to see you again.
Do you see that little shake? It's almost like, wait, I don't know everything about the culture of this, but
What's up, Chris?
So, Ray J, help us understand. The uninitiated, the idea of consenting adults, males, straight males, being victimized or agreeing to have sex with other men as part of an industry. You believe that that is a possibility?
I think it's a fact. I think
You heard him, right? Other interviews. I mean, he's kind of been changing his narrative lately, but you now are hearing him say it is a fact. And I feel like we all know this, but before he's been playing the other side of the fence, just trying to be diplomatic as all hell, actually not even sitting on the other side of the fence. He's sitting on the fence, and that could be really uncomfortable. Maybe he's finally changed his ways. Let's let him talk.
I think it's a fact that's been going on. I was born in '81, but it's been going on, especially at least since the '90s, and that's just me knowing what it is. I'm not going to say seeing what it is, but having certain friends who has told me about this and what they do and why they do it, and still try to say that they don't really like it, right? It's a power trip, and it hits hard. It hits hard. And not only is it the truth, it's real hard. And there's no way to do this and to take somebody without their consent. And if that arouses you, then that must mean this is who you are, so you don't need to hide it. But at the same time, it's just all dark. I can't, everything that they're saying about Diddy is alleged, but it's happening.
Okay, first off, there's a lot of things I want to say here. So he's basically saying that there's a lot here, he said that somebody else told him about this stuff, not him. He didn't know anything about it, but he knows about it, but he didn't know about it because he wasn't physically in the room seeing the stuff going down. He heard it through a friend of a friend of a friend, right? So you hear that. Okay, so who the friend be then? Who the friend? Who's the friend? That's what I'd like to know. Who's the friend that told you about these ritualistic, disgusting, dark things that people would have to do as a rite of passage towards stardom to be considered, even be considered for a chance at the brass ring? Who are those people? Is it just you? Were you in the room and you're just trying to say, you're kind of trying to refer yourself in the third person right now? Or you really did hear this from somebody else and these are just rumors? But then he's also sitting here saying that it does happen. But in the other interviews, he's acting like he's been acting all brand new about this stuff. So I don't know what to take from this guy. But you can tell he's a little timid. He's hesitant about talking about this. But then it's like, if you're hesitant to talk about this, then why are you on TV talking about it, baby? That's what I'd like to know. But okay, let's continue.
It's happening in today's society.
Hamburger.
And it's not okay. And I'm not cool with it. And I've spoken on it, and I've even gotten upset a few times in the past on recent interviews.
Right,
and
recent
threats that I would have somebody do that to somebody. Right
now, again, he talks about how he's gotten upset about it and all that, and then he says in recent interviews he knew about this stuff. He says other interviews he acted all brand new. Let's be real, he was acting all brand new. Now he's sitting here saying that he'd been known about this stuff. So then my question to you, Ray J, respectfully, is why didn't you make any reports about this? Why didn't you call anybody up? If you knew any people that were actual victims of this situation, why didn't you call the powers that be? Law enforcement, by the way, not Hollywood elites. But why didn't you call 911 at least, or make a report, or let people know about this stuff? And I know it's not only on Ray J, but he is part of that crew. He is part of that world. Why not ever there be some type of report showing proof positive that this stuff is actually real and people are victims out here that deserve that justice? Why not speak up? And then why does it take you this long? He's done other interviews. If we watched them, those other interviews, He's playing. He's sitting on the fence. He's acting all like he doesn't know anything that's going on. Now we're hearing that he knows everything that's been going on. What's up? I know he's not saying specifically about Diddy, but at the same time, he knows it exists. So what's up with that, y'all? Continuing.
That's how crazy my mind went, just because of certain things that I'm from the West Coast, and you know, death row days was pretty crazy. And that's what was going on, you know, growing up sometimes in this industry. It's messed up.
Okay, so, okay. You're going to have to explain that a little bit further. You might need to expand on that. So there's other things that are going on with death row records too, for real? You need to expand on that, my brother. That's just what I think. I have questions, y'all, as I always do.
So what we're talking about is not men who are gay, who don't want to be known as gay for whatever cultural or personal reason. You're saying that there are people that people know who are big stars who have been victimized or have had to consent to sexual acts that they didn't want to, but that's the way it is in the industry, even man on man, man on woman, woman on woman, that it could go any way.
It could go any way, and it's sad because, you know, you want to be in the entertainment industry, and if that's what you got to do, and that's not what you even like to do, and that's what you're made to do, it's insane. And it must be a crazy, like, mind trip, you know, after that happens. And I know a few celebs that have been in that kind of crazy situation, and they haven't been the same since.
Just let that sink in. Again, he's now saying that he knows about these things. He's now saying that he knows about these activities. Before he didn't. And I know that a lot of the questions and the topics and what he was answering pertain to Diddy, but not once did he ever say in those interviews that there were parties like that maybe Diddy didn't do those things, but he knew about these things. He never said those things. He never mentioned those things. So that's why this one takes me. This is the reason why I'm pulling this up and showing it to you guys, because this one I'm like, wow, he suddenly is in a way taking back everything he said in previous interviews. Now he's suddenly seen the light. It seems like it's weird.
You know, it's like, ask what we could do for our country. Ask the country, like, or right now in this situation,
say what?
I can't do that because all I would be thinking about is them thinking about my ass.
Say what? Ask what you can do for you. Wait, I need to roll that back. Say that again, Ray J. Say it one more time, baby.
You know, it's like, ask what we could do for our country. Ask the country, like, or right now in this situation, I can't do that because all I would be thinking about is them thinking about my ass.
Was he just summoning a little bit of the ghost of JFK? Was that John F. Kennedy, I hear? And then it turned into fool me once, shame on me, fool me twice. Well, you're never going to fool me again. What was that? What was that? Okay, but you see the word salad now? Because it seems like he now spoke and he's like, oh, damn. Now I got to retract in some sort of way. So ask not what your country can do for you. Like, what? Say that. What? But we're going to continue. But you see what I'm saying, though, guys. Please hit the #1 down below if you're watching this in the comments section. Let me know you guys understand what you reading, what I'm reading, because I'm reading something here.
You know, it's just not okay.
Ay, ay, ay.
You know,
that is not okay.
I mean, if that's not what you with, right? And so, you know, again, we're in a crazy situation right now. It's a lot of people coming out saying a lot of things, even in that space. Who knows if that's true or not? But I can tell you this: what is true is that people are being taken, and it's not cool.
Okay, now we already know. And I agree. I think we all can agree. If you don't agree with what Ray J just said at the end there, that is not cool, then you need to get your head checked. Real talk. But this kind of became very flimsy. Cuomo has him on the show. He's asking him some specific questions. And then he just kind of takes it off the rails. It just goes off the rails for a little bit. But he's admitting, the most important part is that he's admitting that he knew that these type of things do happen in the industry. He doesn't say that he knows about Diddy, but he does say that he knows about these types of ritualistic or these types of things that people would have to go through to become stars. Let's not forget this too. Didn't Ray J make a tape with Kim K back in the day? Was that his rite of passage to become more of a household name? Which it didn't really work for him. It worked for Kim. I mean, you know, he's a millionaire, billionaire in his own right. But at the same time, if you really think about it, very interesting, right? But he is talking about something that he should know to a certain extent. But he's finally saying it now in these interviews, or in this interview. Like he suddenly woke up, that he's not trying to, but then at the same time, it seems as if he is trying to protect himself in a certain way. So he's not saying anybody specifically, but he does know that these type of things did go down or do go down in this industry. And he is finally saying, confirming for sure that the industry is corrupt, is dirty, and they make people do crazy stuff like this so that they can become a household name. And that's crazy. Near the end, turns into an absolute cluster F, in my personal opinion. It turns into word salad. You could tell, to me, it seems like he gets nervous. Oh, crap. I shouldn't have said what I said, but I said it anyway. Oh, damn. Now I got to find a way to scoop up this ground ball and throw it to home plate before I totally lose this game. I know I used a baseball metaphor, but you get what I'm saying. Anyway, guys, what do you think of this? This is crazy. That's not what your country, they're going to take your ass. Like, I don't, woo, word salad. But there's something in there. There is something in there. Comment down below. Let me know what you think. Definitely hit that like button down below. Don't forget to crush that subscribe button, please, and thank you. We're going to talk here soon. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. This is the Pascal Show. Bye.
Pascal. You are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild.